Hey everybody, good morning. Mike Chipperini from Chipper's Island Adventures, and I have just arrived in Forest City, Iowa at the Winnebago Factory Service Center. So hey everybody, I arrived here yesterday at about 3:15, and I was able to get in there and schedule a walk-in appointment for the morning, meaning I was on the waiting list in the morning. Everybody else had an appointment, but I was on the waiting list. So I just walked in there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they said they're gonna take me today. And now what I'm having fixed is two things. One is the Suburban cooktop recall, whatever that is, along with maybe the awning. I told him if you can't get to the awning, I'll just drive off, but if you can at least get to the Suburban cooktop, because that's like a 20-minute fix, whereas the awning is more like a 6-hour fix. So we're gonna find out here in a minute what's going on. It's a warm, humid day here so far. We've had a great adventure coming across. I'm traveling with my friend Rick. We've driven about 1,700 miles so far, and we're really on our way to Rushmore. So you can see these guys, they're getting ready. A lot of these rigs are here. Every rig that you see is waiting to be serviced. A lot of these guys have appointments, and some of them are here waiting for parts. So like this Class A over here, you can see the front end has primer on it. They're still waiting for some more parts, and they've been here, from what I'm told, for a couple of months. Me, I'm only here for the day, so hopefully this will go very smoothly. But I'm going to take a walk inside, see what's going on. I'm not going to film in there, but I'll keep you abreast of the situation. All right, so here's the latest update. They took me in at about 7:15, and they're gonna do both the Suburban cooktop recall and the second phase of the awning recall. So I'm pumped. The only drag to all that is that awning recall takes a few hours, whereas the Suburban cooktop recall, that only takes about 20 minutes. They pop the top off, put the new part in, put the burner top back on. So that's a piece of cake. Another thing I want to talk to you about is my experience here thus far. I rolled in here about 3:20 yesterday, and the service center closes at 3:30. As soon as I got in, they had me fill out a form real quickly, and then they gave me a number. And they said, be here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll call your number if we can get you in. So of course I'm like, well, where can I stay? And they actually have a number of spots here with electric hookups. You don't have water, you don't have sewer, but you do have electric. Now, they have 50 amp service and 30 amp. But not all the 50 amp pedestals have 30 amp. So I went looking, and of course all the 30 amp pedestals were taken up. But I pulled into a beautiful spot. It was right on the edge of the parking lot, but under a tree line, so we're a little bit shaded. And I had to get a 50 to 30 amp reducer. So I took a ride. I secured the spot with a chair, and then I took a ride down to Licks End RV dealership, and there I got the reducer I needed. Now, why didn't I buy it here? Because by the time I realized I needed it, they were already closed. They shut down, so be aware of this. They shut down roughly right on the money at 3:30. Once they process that last person, they're out. And then they open up at 7 o'clock on a dot. A lot of the people that were here, this parking lot, put it this way, this whole parking lot here was all full of Class A's And then over in the wooded area over here, you can see there's an Echo here. That was all full as well. So now the parking lot's empty because everybody's getting service, either by appointments that they made yesterday and they made the list that they post this morning, or someone like me who drove in late, rolled the dice, and was able to get in. And so what they have here while you're waiting is they have a little outside seated area, but they have a nice lounge inside that's air conditioned and all that good stuff. So I'm sitting here waiting. It's going to be a bit of a long wait, but I did tell the guy, my technician's name is James, and I told him just to let him know that me and my buddy, we're headed to Rushmore, and the sooner the better, because we will be on the road today. I figure if it takes 5 hours, 7 plus 5 puts us at about noontime. So we're talking probably maybe 1 o'clock getting out of here. We can get on the road for 3 hours headed west. I have a full tank of gas already, so I'm good to go there. And we'll see how far we get today. And all that means is tomorrow we'll have less of a drive. So it's all good. We'll make it work. For now, that's all we got. And we'll see how things go. So we're waiting for the repairs to be done on my Travato. So we figured we'd take a walk through the visitor center. It's pretty interesting. You come through here and they have a lot of, first off, they have scenes from, or movie posters of movies and television series that featured Winnebagos. If, for instance, here's a poster with Independence Day. And if you remember in Independence Day, they had all those RVs coming across the salt flats. So a lot of different references about Schmidt. Jack Nicholson's character buys an RV and goes out to see the country, but his wife dies, so he's not only finding the country, but he's actually finding himself. So a lot of different historical photos in here. And then when we go around the corner, they have some older rigs. And then here's a model of what I'll call a Super C. Oh, and this is when they first started getting into the Class B in 2014. And there's the original Travato right there. 2014 Class B. $900 back in 1959. Winnebago began in 1958, and one of the little facts I didn't know was they bought out Chris Craft, the maker of really nice boats, back in, I didn't catch the year, but they did acquire Chris Craft. So we got a couple rigs here. This one looks like an early motorized, and here you see a truck camper. Oh, we got a good view in here. This one here, 1974 Indian camper. That's what this is. Then over here, we see a 1967 Winnebago D22 motorhome. Wow, look at that, huh? They've come a long way. And look at the price on that. 1967, it cost $4,995. So another thing you can do here at the visitor center, which is right here, they have 3 rigs out here, Travato, the Vista, and this Class A. And you're allowed to go inside those and check them out if you like. So if you need to burn some time while you're here at the Winnebago Service Center, come up here, take a walk through the visitor center. It's got a little bit of a museum in there, kind of. Also, they offer tours. We didn't take the tour, but they do have tours of the manufacturing area. And then you have these 3 rigs that you can tour as well. You ever wonder where all the rigs get painted? From Winnebago, right here at CPI. Check this out. These are all waiting to get painted. And what all these rigs out here, so they have all kinds of different bays. And what I did, I wanted to get some touch-up paint for my Travato. So this is about a mile walk from the service center. So my buddy and I walked up here and I bought a kit. And what it has in it is a touch-up paint for not only the bright silver, but also the black. And it has a bottle of clear coat. So once you touch it up with the bright silver, you want to put a little bit of clear coat over that as well. So it worked out. We walked up here. Now I got my touch-up kit. Feel better about that. But this is a pretty impressive operation. Everything from the Class Bs to the Class As are being painted here. Whatever they need to do. Here comes another Class A. Check that out. So a lot of people will come in here and have stuff put on or repairs made, and then it rolls up here for the final coats. So, and I saw one that didn't have any paint on it at all yet. So it was worth the trip just to walk up here. Plus we get a little exercise and pick up these little bottles of paint. And now we're gonna go ahead and walk back to the service center. It's starting to get warm here. I'm hoping, you know, the guy was saying I may have already had some of the work done on that awning. So maybe, cross fingers, it'll take quicker. I don't know. It's just one of those things that in order to get it fixed, that's the way it goes. But it's a lot better than leaving it at some dealership for a couple months, which we all know that's usually how that goes. And the guy who's doing the awning, James, does these all the time. So he's quick and efficient, and he's good at it. So I feel better having it done here than anywhere else. Coming at you from Forest City in Iowa. Okay, so what a day we had today. I went ahead, I had those repairs done. I gotta tell you, the Winnebago Service Center was absolutely awesome. It was relatively quick. We were out of there by about 12:15, 1 o'clock. And what they did is they went ahead and fixed the Suburban cooktop, which had a recall on it. And then they fixed my awning. And what they did is they ran the wiring and all that and hooked it up to the emergency brake, so that the only way that awning will extend is if the brake is on, and if it is off, it'll automatically retract. Or once you start driving off, of course, when you take the emergency brake off. But at any rate, they did a great job, got us out of there. So what we did is we drove from the Winnebago Service Center in Forest City, Iowa, and we made it out here to Mitchell, South Dakota, on our way to Rushmore. And now we're going into the local steakhouse, which is called the Cattlemen's Club's Steakhouse, as you can see there. So we figure when in the West, you gotta have a steak, and we're pretty pumped up about this. So let's go in. I'm not gonna talk much inside, but I will show you what we're gonna be eating once we get it served to us. Here we go. Right, Rick?
That's right.
Okay, so what I got is a 12-ounce sirloin. Thank God I have a refrigerator on my rig, because if I can't finish this, I can bring it back. What did you get, Rick?
I got the 9-ounce.
Rick got the 9-ounce.
Medium rare.
Oh, Rick got the bacon wrap 9-ounce
Filet mignon.
filet mignon. So here's Rick's. Look at that. Green beans, Texas toast, sweet potato fries, or?
No, regular potato.
Oh, regular potatoes. And I got a 12-ounce sirloin with broccoli, potato, and I think I'm going to be taking half of this home and have it tomorrow night. That looks awesome. I just want to say, if you like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. It's been a great day. Got a lot done, and we got a lot of distance covered. All the best to all, and happy adventures.